Congress, if you will, please investigate the political witch hunts against me currently being brought by the corrupt DOJ and FBI, who are totally out of control. They don't go after Biden with all of his corruption, the most corrupt president in history.
All right, former President Donald Trump in a new video pleading with members of Congress to take up his cause. A new federal indictment of Trump could come, we hear, reportedly any day. President Trump, as you heard, is doubling down on his claims of political persecution. Joining us now, Trump's former White House Communications Director, Anthony Scaramucci. Good to see you. What exactly is Congress going to investigate that they aren't already investigating? I genuinely.
Well, I think that's a slow roll message to them. I mean, he's a great communicator in some ways, and I think he's garbling that. He's trying to send a message to them, slow roll this investigation. You better get behind me. I'm going to be president again. And even though you saw people running for their lives, and even though you've heard me on tape premeditating the organization of that, you got to disregard that and gaslight people on my behalf. And if you don't do that and I become president again, it's going to be bad for you. That was the message that he said there. That was like the Trump decoder ring that I pulled out of the cereal box this morning, Layla.
There must be some cereal box, Scott.
It's got a lot of orange-like cereal in that box.
Anthony, Scott Bolden here. You know, I think you told Chris Cuomo last month, I think he eventually ends up dropping out of the race. As an attorney and white-collar criminal defense attorney, I've said the same thing. As a practical matter, it can be really difficult to run for office, any office, and face not just one indictment, but several indictments at the state and federal level. Do you still feel that way, and why?
Well, I do feel that way probably for the same legal reasons that you feel that way. You know, there is some people that I talk to inside Trump's orbit that are suggesting that Jared and Ivanka are back on the scene, and they were with him recently in Bedminster and advising him. If they come back into the campaign, I'm going to want to alter my thinking on this. I don't think this is as much about the legal stuff. It's a component. I think it's about the family stuff. I think he shoots in the dark without his family, and he needs them to be a little bit of a counterbalance for him. And they're also a garbage collection group of people for him. You know, they call the people that he offends and say, you know, he didn't really mean that. You got to stay in the game with us. And he doesn't have that now for 2024. He had it in 16 and 20. And without that, I think the combination of the legal stuff and the lack of his family's presence is going to knock him out of the game.
In what decoder ring does it ever say that Trump quits or leaves or backs down? Because that's something that people have predicted since 2016 when they said he wasn't going to run, then he was going to lose, then he wasn't going to run after 20. We're predicting something, or you all are predicting something. I'm not predicting anything. You all are predicting something that he has never done before on anything.
Well, I don't think it's ever been done before either that a presidential candidate is indicted in 4 different places, literally arrested by 4 different organizations of law enforcement. So, yes, I hear you. The whole rhetoric around Trump is that he doesn't walk away and he's never going to back down and all this sort of stuff. But he has hinted that he would fake an illness the same way he hinted in 2016 that this election is a fraud. And after Hillary Clinton wins it, I'm going to declare fraud. He did the same thing in 2020 when he lost the election, both of which were big lies, by the way. Of course, those elections were legitimate. So this is a unique situation. He has an avalanche of criminal activity going on. He has the absence of his family. And I think it's going to be hard on him. And you're not going to see it until he gets pummeled in the debates a few times. Governor Christie's going to be up there firing away at him. And I think he's shakeable this time. And so we'll have to see. But those messages are messages of intimidation, Leland. And, you know, he's coming for those congressmen and women if they don't support him.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.